Hello, welcome to this Visi tutorial. Today we will be covering the Springback module within Visi, and this brief video will assist you how to quickly learn the basic techniques of Springback. Today we're going to be using this with Visi Blank. I've loaded a 3D sheet metal part, and as usual when blanking I'm going to go into the progress menu and extract a skin. Using any default parameters today, like so. My newly created skin. I'm going to go into progress. I'm going to be using Visi Blank. However, the Springback function, when enabled, can be used with blank unfolding or the flange unfolding modules too. So, into Visi Blank, and I'm going to start by selecting the extracted surface and analysing that. Once analysed, the default materials are selected and the material thickness is also identified. All I'm going to do today is just fill any holes on the blank and go straight to blank model. The system will generate a nominal mesh, map peripheral edges, and then eventually generate a blank and project it down. So just quickly, with the addition of the Springback module within Visi Blank, there is some extra functionality. There's an area called Safety Zone, and this is a visualization in the form of a color map, very simply done, just to give the end user an idea of what's going on within the forming. So we have ranging from safe within material to perhaps wrinkling, and then getting down towards thinning, splitting and material failure. There's also a good tool for reporting. We have a forming limit diagram. This can be put out with the Visi reports. Just show the mesh. So with Springback enabled within Visi, there is an extra button or an extra area, and that's the Springback. So by selecting that, the system creates a third mesh. So we have the blue nominal, the yellow projected, and then the green as Springback mesh. I will now come out of the Visi Blank, working layer just for the video, compensated part, and I'll make that the active layer. Okay, I'll just isolate the geometry I want to see on screen. Okay, so from progress to the Springback area, I'm going to be using the Springback by Finite Analysis tool. This works very well with point sets and meshes as we're using today. As with many dialogues within Visi, there's a set of default settings which work very well. However, there are advanced parameters you, the end user, can change. These will have an effect on calculation times as well as the result you're trying to achieve. I have 4 areas, mandatory areas, which I have to fulfill, and they're identified by a red globe. So first of all, the entities to change. Well, I'm just going to highlight my extracted surface, moves down to the next mandatory, select my nominal mesh, in this case it's the blue one, hover over and select, and then select my Springback mesh, which is in this case the green one. Okay, so I can select individual grouped faces of where I actually want to apply Springback. However, I'm just going to window round and select the whole part. A real-time calculation was just performed then. It's given me my skim points, my skim distances. But more importantly, a compensated mesh at this point. We now have 3. So I'm going to perform real-time calculation by clicking the apply button. This will now generate from that mesh the compensated surface. Just come outside that analysis tool, select my working layer. There's my compensated mesh. So I'll change the colour of it just for analysis. Put on my original part, you can see the differences in the two surfaces. So it's a very, very good springboard for the start of the design manufacture process. And just to show you from the video, this is a surface at the moment, and we can use one of the various tools within Visi to build a solid part. Put a value of 1.4 millimeters. Validating the part, and eventually a full thickness of 1.4 millimeters on there. This is now ready for the next part of the design process. Thanks for watching this video.